As the hill cannon fired its first shot, the entire Khornes army began to advance as one. The war shrine's fell magic was dispelled, but as the forces advanced, the hill cannon's burning ball fell into one of the great regiments of plague monks, hit the screaming bell they had there, no, the plague furnace they were pulling, severely damaging it. The Skaven retaliation was though swift and strong, as the combined effort of shooting and magic killed dozens of the chosen warriors of Khorne, while their troops advanced slightly forward. But as the Skaven army fired away at the chosen, the rest of the Khornes army made it to combat. Juggernaut Knight smashed into the unit of plague monks with a plague furnace. A chariot hit a unit of censer bearers. In the middle, Valkyria and her unit also smashed into a small unit of censer bearers. And the now decimated Chosen and the Demon Prince made it into the plague monk unit with the damaged war machine. Behind them advanced the Marauder tribe and the war shrine, coming closer to combat, eager to join the fray. In combat, the Juggernaut Knights and the Exalted Hero with them tore apart the other plague furnace, destroying it completely, and the chariot smashed through most of the censer bearers, while taking some damage doing it. In the middle, Valkyria's warriors were damaged by the poisonous gases before they even hit the censer bearers, 4 of them dying. But after the combat, 2 more died, but all but 1 of the censer bearers were killed. In the middle, it fared much better for the Skaven. Most of the remaining chosen were cut down, only 2 standing in the sea of rats, along with the Demon Prince. On the Chaos Warrior army's left flank, however, the slave rats and the censer bearers countercharged against, respectively, the Marauder tribe and the war shrine. The censer bearers didn't make it in time to join the fray for this round, but a bloody attrition battle began between the Skaven slaves and the Marauder great weapon warriors. As Skrulk tried to weave a spell, he miscast it and took a wound, while he was on his final wound. But his toughness from enduring all those diseases for all those years made the difference, and he stuck up to it. Not caring about their own ratmen, the Plague Claw catapults all fired at the Marauder tribe, killing many of their number. In combat in the center, the Demon Prince took a wound from the unit of plague monks who didn't care about his strength and might and threw themselves at him. And then the plague priest atop the great furnace let loose the ball directly at the Demon Prince and hit him right in the face, completely smashing his skull, and sent him back to the warp. The chosen warriors hacked down Lord Skrulk, but then realized that there was no hope for them, and was about to flee, but Valkyria was nearby, and the wrath of Khorne was strong around her, and Khorne does not suffer cowards well. And with a mighty bolt from the sky he struck down the cowardly chosen, removing both their rank, title, and life. To the right of the Chaos lines, the Juggernaut killed and overran the last of the Plague Monks and rushed forwards. The chariot also finished the last censer bearer and turned around to join the fray on the left flank. Having killed the demon prince and made the chosen flee, there was a brief respite for the plague monks, but soon other elements of the Khorne army came at them. Valkyr's unit, having killed the censer bearers and reformed last turn, immediately charged into their flank, and the hill cannon and the war shrine both charged straight ahead into the unit. Valkyr herself had charged one of the plague catapults, ending its possibility to decimate her troops. And so had the exalted hero on Skullcrusher on a Juggernaut, bringing the gun line behind the Skaven deployment zone to a drastically reduced effectiveness. The champion of the warrior unit was blessed by the Chaos Gods, but was caught down in a challenge soon after. The hill cannon monstrosity smashed right into the damaged furnace, ripping it off its wheels and smashing the machine to the ground, while some rats also died. But the units of fanatic plague monks held firm, even with the loss of both Skrolk and their great furnace. Obviously, Valkyr and the exalted hero smashed right through their respective war machines, the exalted hero running it straight into another one. Things were looking grim for the remaining plague monks. To their right, they were still flanked by the warriors, in front a raging hill cannon and a war shrine carried by mutants. To the left, or their right, the unit of slaves had been broken by the marauders, and as the remaining censer bearers tried to reach into the combat to help them, they stumbled with their heavy weapons and didn't make it. Behind them, their plague claw catapults were reduced to only one functioning catapult that could still fire. But they fought on nonetheless, fanatically devoted to their god, not caring about their own lives, as long as it served the purpose of the Horned Rat. They managed to drag down 3 more Chaos Warriors with them, before finally breaking, as the Skull Crushers rammed into their rear and decimated the unit. The last remaining 4 plague monks fled and got away, but that was it. The Skull Crushers overran straight into the stumbling censer bearers, cutting them down to a man. And the 4 plague monks were the only ones who survived the battle. And so, that was the end of the battle. I hope you liked the way I narratively spoke through it, the battle report. I really like to do that, and when I have the time and the, what do you say in English? Well, when you feel like doing it, the surplus to do it, then I prefer that. So it was a bloody victory for me, and well, my opponent was trying out a new kind of list, and he started to go more with his heart with the army. He really likes Clan Pestilence a lot, so he started to try and take them more about than taking what's efficient and makes him win easier. And that's really cool. One thing we talked about after the battle was that he shouldn't have advanced, but moved backwards so that he could fire his catapults for one more turn. That would have been quite a big help for him. And we also talked about that maybe he shouldn't have had 2 of the great units of plague monks. Maybe he should. They were pretty good and they were unbreakable with the plague furnaces. So it was just my luck that I hit one with the hill cannon and wounded it despite the save. No, it had no save, but hitting anything with a stone throw is well, pretty good luck. So and then the Skull Crushers and the Exalted Hero just barely killing the other one was well, that changed a lot. So Maybe with one more round of shooting, things could have changed quite a lot, because those plague claw catapults, they were pretty brutal against this army. Wars of Chaos rely a lot on their armor saves, and those big templates just make you roll a lot of to wound rolls, so there will be 5s and 6s every now and then. And also, just for the fun of it, he was so unlucky with that leftmost unit of plague bearers, no sensor bearers. They tried twice to charge the War Shrine and failed, rolling double ones, or 3 and double 1 the 2 times, and then they were ran into by the Skull Crushers and destroyed. So he wanted to see what they would have actually have done to my unit of Marauders. So we just took the matchup, gave him the charge, and see what happened. So these 2 pictures here are showing that. This is him making the charge in, killing 2 with the toughness test you have to take for being in contact with them. And this is after combat. So those, I think there were 5 guys there, yeah. They just completely massacred the unit. They lost 3 of the number, but that's not a lot. Whoa, holy crap. So they would have done quite well. Wow. They would have most likely have killed the unit the turn after, if they have had multiple turns of combat alone with them. But alas, it didn't happen, and it was a great win for me. Finally, I always lose against him, so it was a nice change of pace for us. And that was the report. I hope you enjoyed it. It was actually fought before the last report I posted, so this it's kind of misleading that this is the newest I put up, but I had kind of forgotten about it and written the narrative for it. So well, there it is. I hope you enjoyed it, and keep gaming and have a good time.